After the spring football game earlier today, this is the middle game, and then the men's quarterfinal lacrosse game is tonight at 8. A busy day here at CQ Stadium. Good to have playoffs back in College Park. We are underway, and Shaylin Ahern is going to win the draw for Maryland. The Terrapins are going to have first crack at it. It's Lamoureux to take it across midfield. The far side of the field, that's Chrissy Thomas. 34 points on the year for her, stepping in to a starting role. Ahern passing that out. Here's a Lipkin. Lipkin to Clevenger. No Lou Becker on the field for Maryland, at least for now. That's Smith to the near side, Lipkin. Back to Clevenger. Maryland working it around here. They've still got a lot of time on the shot clock to work with. Here's Smith. Another pass to Lipkin. Good defense so far by Ohio State. Nothing in the middle until now. Cutting in and scoring to give Maryland the lead is Shaylin Ahern.
The draw control going to be so important for both these teams today. Ohio State, if they're going to have any chance of limiting the Maryland offense, they'll have to win some draw controls.
Waiting on the ref to get started again. Not even a minute into this game, and the Terps have scored already. And here we go again. Ahern almost had it in her stick. It's into the stick of Edmondson. And the nation's top high school prospect, who has shined bright all year for Maryland, will get the ball across for Maryland. It's in the stick of Smith, cutting in. No room to shoot. She'll pass off to May. May on the far side, working it over. Thomas. Clevenger. Back to Edmondson, cutting in. Nice move. Her shot goes in, 2-0. Her first playoff goal of her collegiate career. And the Terps are rolling here early.
Year in, year out, Maryland brings in one of the top classes in the entire country of freshmen, and a lot of them don't even see the field. That's how deep the Maryland team is. It's really a process and kind of being a part of the culture that's built here in Maryland, built upon winning and getting better every single year, and those stars usually end up shining later in their career. Edmondson, a bit of an anomaly now, making such a huge impact really early in her career.
Last year, Jordan Lipkin, who's on the field wearing number 21, was similarly impressive. As it gets over to May on the near side, here's Clevenger. Chrissy Thomas, pass inside. Ahern couldn't handle it. Loose ball picked up by Reagan Alexander. And for the first time today, Ohio State is going to have the ball. But not before Maryland could find the net twice. Here comes this Buckeye offense. Scored 7 times on the Terps in their last meeting, which was a dominant 11-goal win for Maryland.
Every possession counts here if you're the Buckeyes. You already given up 2 goals in this game. You got to capitalize on the chances you do get.
Here's Lasta, who is really good. She was second team All Big Ten. 55 points on the year. Number 7 for Ohio State is who they're going to be going to. She's got the ball in her stick right now. Lasta cutting in. Can she get a shot off? She can, but it's denied by Sterling.
Maryland sent the double at her. Lasta did a nice job kind of splitting through it, but still not a lot of shooting space, a pretty long shot. Those are routine for Emily Sterling most of the time.
Sterling will handle her first test of this quarterfinal matchup. She will get it off to Rude. Up to Ahern. Here comes Maryland's offense again. Ahern, nice pass to Thomas, who wasn't ready. Thomas would have had a great look at the goal. She could corral that pass, but instead it goes Clevenger behind the goal. She'll get it back up to Edmondson. Maryland just working it around here in no rush. 45 or so on the shot clock. Clevenger leads the team in assists. She threw that high. Lipkin does a good job to get back to it. Smith to Thomas. Here's Clevenger taking it to the middle. Pass inside. Edmondson gets taken down, and she's going to get a free position opportunity to try to make it 3-0.
Maryland just doing what they do best here, just trying to find that opening for Edmondson. You can see the stick right up in the grill of her, and they're going to call that 10 out of 10 times, and now a really good chance for Edmondson.
Edmondson's got a goal already. She cuts it again, this time denied. Great save by Reagan Alexander, and it's still 2-0.
It's an early moment in the game, but the moments like that are what comes back as some of the biggest plays in the game. To get a stop there is huge for Ohio State.
That is pretty disappointing, I'm sure, for Coach Bacher to see a great save followed up by an unforced error as the ball goes out of play, and Maryland is going to get it right back.
Can't afford the unforced errors against this Maryland team. They're too good. They'll burn you.
Clevenger going to give it off to Lipkin. Smith was open for a second, doesn't find her. Edmondson with it. And that's an unforced error by May. Casually threw that in between two Terps and out of play. And Libby May, who is one of the best in the country, 49 goals on the year. You got to think she's going to pick up number 50 today. Cross midfield goes Kowalczyk. Finding Funstein. And here's this Ohio State offense again. Got a good look with Lasda, who they want to set up. But she could not beat Sterling. If you're the Buckeyes here, Ben, you've got to take advantage of every opportunity this Maryland defense gives you. Hargraves. Pass goes behind the net. Lamoureux, good defense. Pass inside, a good one. But it's dropped and loose in front of the goal. The whistle will give it to Maryland. They found Hargraves in the middle, right in front of the net. She just could not corral the pass. It's on the ground. Maryland picks it up. Marsh Donovan.
The pass was a little difficult to handle for Hargraves because of how good the Maryland double team was there. That's what they really excel at, is sending the double team early and being effective with it.
May drawing contact. And that pass is intercepted by Alexander. That's a great play by the Ohio State netminder. Junior out of Orlando, Florida.
Really good start to her day.
And she stopped Edmondson on a point-blank free position shot. And then now she does some good work in interrupting the passing lanes. And they're going to need a big game out of her, Ben, and so far she has risen to the occasion.
The goalie, the most important part of the defense. They are basically the captain of the defense. They have to call out how they want the defenders to play, and they need to make defensive plays themselves, and that's what we saw.
Cutting in and scoring, that's Lasda. That's who we talked about. They can get her the ball. She can certainly make Maryland's defense pay. She's got her 27th of the year.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Behind the goal, waiting for someone to cut. Instead, passing it high. This is Wiseman. Wiseman gets it out of her stick. Ahern. To Seitz. Clevenger over to Thomas. Maryland's got 25 seconds. Edmondson cutting in. A whistle goes. And it's going to stay with Maryland. So Corey Edmondson will have it. Take another look here. A lot of contact on her. Pass to Seitz, who cuts in. A whistle. And it looks like Kate Seitz is going to have a chance here from the free position.
Seitz found that hole in the defense finally. Ohio State was doing such a good job of rotating over in their defense.
Kate Seitz, the redshirt junior. Waiting on the whistle. Seitz inside, contact, and she scores. 3-2 Terps back in front.
It's pretty admirable how the score is what it is, considering the dominance Maryland has seen from the draw control circle. Oftentimes that dictates the way a game will go. Ohio State has just been making the most of their opportunities.
In the air and down. That's going to be, looks like a push in the back by Ferreira on Major. And that's going to give Maryland the ball. So Major's just going to flip it to the far side for Lamoureux. Long pass to May, and Maryland's offense is in business here again. May just going to take it herself behind the goal. Out to Edmondson. Edmondson cutting inside to the middle and scoring. Corey Edmondson again, her second of the day. And it's 4-2.
Nevertheless, another opportunity, and Ohio State's really going to have to dig deep at this point to keep Maryland off the board again.
Look at Shannon Smith just flying right through, taking it into the offensive zone. Terps player up. Can they cash in? Ahern to the far side to Smith. This would be a massive 2-goal run off that penalty. Clevenger to the back post. Thomas opting to pass it. Smith. Back to Clevenger it goes. Nothing in the middle. Clevenger gives it out to Edmondson. So far today, that's been a great idea. That's May open in the middle. She has it and scores. Libby May cashes in, and that is her 50th of the year. Draw control's now 7-0 in favor of Maryland. And Ahern would love to make it 8-for-8. Into the air it goes. It's loose. Bosco had it for a second, gets it back, and it will be 8-for-8 to start this game from the draw for Maryland. And Bosco will take it into the offensive zone. A whistle's going to bring it back, but it is Maryland ball.
Those draw controls will win or lose you a game, and for Maryland right now, it's winning them the game. Ohio State, it's put them in a deep hole.
Just not much Johnson could do. Ahern is one of the best in the country. Sights to the far side, finding Wiseman. Terps working it around. May cutting to the middle again. Clevenger couldn't find her. High pass sailing out of play by Edmondson gives Ohio State the ball. And if you're the Buckeyes, that's really the only way that they have been able to get any of the ball so far today is through Maryland turnovers.
Every possession counts. They got to make the most of it. I mean, it sounds pretty cliche. One of the oldest sayings in sports is your record is 0-0 when you enter the postseason, and that's exactly the case. Ohio State didn't win a single conference game, but they're fighting here today, and everything's on the line for them. They're going to have to take advantage of any miscue.
And that's another miscue, as you say that. Libby May looked like she could have been in for a one-on-one with Reagan Alexander, but Chrissy Thomas could not find the touch on that pass. Now it's another offensive opportunity here for the Buckeyes. They have been good today. They've scored on 2 of their 4 shots.
It'll be interesting to see how Ohio State might change pace later in the game. If they can capitalize on the miscues, if Maryland turns over, we'll see if they try to play a little bit faster, maybe find a fast break, an odd man break, if you will. They just haven't been able to get that so far today. Maryland's defense has done a nice job of getting back into position quickly.
Under 90 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Buckeyes trying to find their 3rd goal. Mazda back to Roberts. And the freshman Roberts is going to pass that off. Looking for Hargraves. That pass a little bit high. But it will be corralled. That's Callie O'Brien. Jamie Level with it. Level backing up. Pass behind the net. Cutting in, Lasda couldn't find her. Level rushing over to get it back for the Buckeyes. Just one. Shot clock winding down to 10. As whistle gives stoppage. Still Ohio State ball here in the offensive zone. Cutting inside, a tough shot denied by Sterling. It's a good look for Roberts, but she just could not beat Emily Sterling. Something that few teams can do.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
But if the Buckeyes can win the draw, that would be big in terms of killing the penalty. They can't. Buckeyes brought in a new player to try to win it in Funstein, but it was no different, the final result. Maryland has now won all 10 draw controls in this game. That's the big difference. So with it in her stick, it's Chrissy Thomas back to Clevenger. Lipkin open in the middle. Clevenger couldn't find her. Now it finally gets to Lipkin over to Smith. Terps passing it around. They've got the woman up advantage. So no need to try to rush a shot. There's Thomas near side. Somehow kept out. That might have hit the post. Point blank opportunity. That's the second time Terps have not been able to cash those in.
That was a bit of a tough angle for Thomas. A little unfortunate. She found herself right almost on the goal line here, and the goal line extended, if you will. But another important save for the Buckeyes.
Looked like it hit the near post. How about the pressure from Lipkin? Whistle goes. I think Ohio State might have called timeout. I think that's a good idea, as Reagan Alexander was in a really tough spot. Hargraves is going to take it all the way into the offensive zone. Now, the Buckeyes, they've got that penalty that they would love to kill off here. And they've got enough time, Ben, that they can kill the penalty and then get the offensive help they need to try to find their third goal of this game. So, Buckeyes, no surprise, they're just going to hang on to it.
Icing the ball, obviously, the very smart play. Do not want to give Maryland another chance with a woman up opportunity. And then, of course, now with the penalty coming to an end, this is where Ohio State can take advantage.
So Lasta is going to come in. 20 seconds on the clock still for the Buckeyes to work with. And they're going to start to get aggressive. Cutting inside, nice move, cut off by Major. It was Barnhorst with the chance. Now 5. Clock winding all the way down, and Buckeyes got to shoot it. Pass to the middle, dropped. Terps only had to defend for about 30 seconds, but they rise to the occasion. They get the ball right back.
And that's all because they made life difficult on Ohio State just getting the ball across midfield. The more time it takes for them to get across, the less time they have to get a good shot off.
May, in transition, denied again. What a save by Alexander on Shannon Smith. Alexander has kept the Buckeyes in this game. There is no doubt about that. She has been unreal. Casey Roberts, the freshman, into the Maryland zone. Hargraves to Lasta picking it up off the turf. Jamie Level. It's back to Hargraves. She's got a goal. We're in Lasta with the 2. Hargraves trying to work inside on a matchup here with Maddie Sanchez, a battle of the 2 number 3s. Here's Jamie Level. Just nowhere for her to go. She's got to pass that off. Lasta, great look inside, cutting it and scoring. It's 5-3. And again, that's a Rutgers team that they won their tournament game. They're going to Columbus to play for the semifinals. That's a really good team. They were finalists in the Big Ten Tournament last year. Maryland beat them up in Piscataway.
A lot of the Big Ten teams this year have been pretty evenly matched, aside from Northwestern, who's been dominant. They've been one of the better teams in the entire country for the past couple of seasons. Of course, last year they would have been in the national championship game if it weren't for the incredible UNC comeback in the fourth quarter.
It was really close to an all Big Ten championship game. Instead, it was all ACC. As Maryland lost to Boston College.
That was another game that Maryland let slip away from them a little bit in the fourth quarter.
Here's May cutting inside and scoring. She got 50 earlier, put her at 51 now at 6-3. 8 goals on April 8th for Clevenger. 8 assists. She's going to try to get that again. I'm sure she would love it. She's been good so far. And when you're passing the ball to somebody like Libby May, it's got to be so much easier, Ben. May so deadly right in front of the net. Taking this into the offensive zone is Callie O'Brien. Ohio State bench still making some noise. Still a lot of lacrosse to be played, Ben. Just over 40 minutes of game time left. As the sun is coming out here, it's a bit of an overcast morning, and it really is just a beautiful day.
Compared to the weather we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Here in College Park, gloomy and rainy, got a little bit chilly as well today. Completely different story, and it was a perfect day for all the festivities and the 3 games taking place in this stadium.
Celeste passing it out. Can the Buckeyes find a response to Libby May's second goal of the game? Barhorse cutting. And passing it off last. That's defended by Bosco. The ferocious Penn transfer, who was named the National Defender of the Year in the preseason by USA Lacrosse Magazine. This pass high, knocked loose. What a play by Marge Donovan. If Maryland can run it down, they can. Now Ohio State's got some numbers here. Could not take advantage. Pass across here is Annie Hargraves. She takes a shot there. And the whistle's going to keep it. Ohio State ball with just 8 seconds on the shot clock, though. Buckeyes got to work quickly. Hargraves working on Major, cutting inside, a pass and a whistle. And looks like they're just going to do it again. Buckeye ball with 2 on the shot clock. Hargraves is going to have to take a step and shoot.
Tough angle to do it also.
Really tough. She did it earlier in this game from a free position. Can she do it again? Waiting on the whistle. Here we go. Hargraves cutting in. A bouncer denied. But because it was on goal, possession retained for Ohio State.
Good play by Hargrave. Not a bad shot at all, just an even better save by Sterling, and you get possession back. It's a win-win situation for Ohio State.
8 minutes to go in this first half. Buckeyes only down by 3, but if you look at the draw controls, it's 11-0. Buckeyes doing a great job to overcome that and stay in this game. They would love to play at home in Columbus in the tournament. Lasta lost it, picks it back up. Ahern working on her. Here's Ferreira. Spinning. No room. Pass inside is high, and Sanchez corrals it for a second, still loose. Casey Roberts looked like she picked it up for a second. Shot clock is at 10. And it's going to be another free position chance, this time Casey Roberts, the freshman. So again, we wait on the whistle. It's a really tough angle again. Let's see if Roberts wants to shoot this. Roberts passing instead inside and saved by Sterling. Callie O'Brien had a good look, but Sterling says no.
It's a pretty good look, but still a shot from 7 yards out. Sterling almost mastered saving a shot from that kind of distance. She can see it in all the way.
High pass caught by Lipkin. 2 really good looks from free position shots on that opportunity by Ohio State, but they come up empty. Maryland trying to go up by 4. Dangerous Libby May over to Shannon Smith. Chrissy Thomas. Cutting as much, Nick. Thomas couldn't get it to her. Smith to Edmondson. Terps passing it around. Here is Edmondson. She's got 2 already. She would love a hat trick. Muchnick cutting. Here's Thomas. Flag in the air. And a whistle goes. Maryland is going to be warming up yet again. Let's see who is going to head over to the bench for Ohio State. Oh, no one. They're just going to give it a free position. Looked like the ref there was pointing at an Ohio State defender, but instead it's going to be a chance here for Corey Edmondson. Edmondson looking for a hat trick. Denied somehow, kept out. Muchnick turning, and she goes down, and she's going to get a free position shot.
Well, it's another free position shot coming from Maryland, but Ohio State will definitely take that. Alexander denying Edmondson on that free position again. That's the second time.
Muchnick has 7 goals on the year. She'd love number 8. Muchnick passing instead over the head of Edmondson. Edmondson trying her best to get it back. A collision there and a whistle, and Edmondson's down. So Edmondson going all out, and it pays off. And the Terps cash in. Here is Clevenger. She's so dangerous with the ball in her stick. Leads this team in assists. Couldn't find the ball to put it in her stick there. Here's Ahern. Skipping it across May. And that's just going to be right into the stick of Alexander. I think she was looking for cutting Chrissy Thomas behind the goal, but Alexander defending her position really well. We're running out of things positive that we could say about her already. I mean, she has been spectacular.
Certainly kept the Buckeyes in the position that they're in right now. Things could be a lot more of a deeper hole had it not been for a couple great saves by her.
And again, Maryland dominating at the draw 11-0. Can the Buckeyes finally find a way to get that 4th goal? It's been so elusive. They've had so many good chances. As Level gets cut off there. Her journey to the goal interrupted as comes back to Hargraves. Hargraves trying to reset. Maryland just making any pass to the middle so difficult. As this is going to be a whistle. It's going to go Ohio State's way on a free position shot. Jamie Level gets the opportunity. And it's from a really good angle here, Ben. A step inside. Got to think the pressure's going to come from Bosco and from Ahern. Level cannot waste any time here.
This first step's going to be so important.
Level inside, shooting and scoring. Put it far post. And Jamie Level makes it 6-4.
Maryland at a 15.92 draw control per game clip this season, and they're already getting close to that here in the first half. And Ahern, 10th in the nation in the draw control, and that dominance continues today.
Also got really good players in Bosco helping in. Also Donovan. There's Ahern to win another one. But she lost the ball. Buckeyes get it right back. Can they string together 2 in a hurry? They did that earlier in this game. As they finally get a break. The draw control circle. Their first win, and they would love to find the net.
And this is what Ohio State has done well in this game. Well, it hasn't looked the prettiest on paper. They're still down just 2 goals, and sometimes that's all you need is to have that small chance because the game can flip at any moment.
Casey Roberts passing it off to Lasda. On the near side, Jamie Level. Level cutting inside. Nice move, and denied by Sterling. Put the stick in the air and really made another nice save. Take another look at this.
That's the team captain just doing what she does best. 62.6% of the shots at her in Big Ten play were saved by her. That's best all time in the conference.
It's been good her whole career. Wiseman Going to take it into the offensive zone on the near alley. The pass over to Chrissy Thomas. Pass to the middle, deflected. Wiseman tried to get it. She can't. How about this performance in the first half from Coach Amy Bacher's side? They're giving it their all as that pass is over the head of Johnson, who retreats and picks it up.
They're doing the little things well. They haven't been impressive in terms of the stat sheet, the draw controls, of course, and time of possession, but they've just been keeping themselves in the game.
But they commit pretty bad turnover there as Edmondson's going to take it right down the middle. Edmondson cutting, passing, Thomas faking off the post. Second chance, she got it. Somehow the post has denied her twice. She finally gets revenge. And you got to feel for Alexander, who made a great save there. It's not her fault that the bounce went right back to Thomas. But if you're Thomas, you cannot waste an opportunity like that. And she put it in the back of the net. She's been really good today.
That'll happen. That's a big part of the sport. The bounces sometimes won't go your way. It's a game of inches, and right there the inches come back to bite Alexander despite a great save.
Alexander pass to the middle. May too far to shoot. Here's Clevenger. To the middle, cutting. Smith denied. Alexander again. Some performance by Reagan Alexander in this first half. Whistle. It's going to be blown there on Clevenger. Some nifty moves there by Level. Level trying to get past Major. She just takes it right down the sideline. Got around Wiseman as well. Jamie Level, the grad student, showing off the speed right there, Bet. So Lazda giving it off to Annie Hargraves here. And Hargraves going to work to start trying to penetrate through this Maryland defense, which has been so hard to do, especially closer you get to the middle. It seems like the defense just collapses on you. Lazda looking for a pass, a shot, saved by Sterling. Not to be outdone by Alexander. Sterling has also been fantastic.
Ohio State, they found the opportunities in the middle, and they keep putting the shot high, and Sterling so good at saving it when it's up in the air by her face. They might have to adjust and start to try to go low.
Here is Chrissy Thomas. Had that big goal for Maryland about a minute ago. And again, without Lubecker, who creates so much, Maryland's other offensive players have stepped up big time. But the clock winding down. Maryland doesn't have much time. Under 10 seconds now. Clevenger lost it. Still loose. Clevenger keeps it into the stick of Alexander. And that is how this first half is going to end. Waiting on the ref. And here we go. Into the air. And down and loose. Edmondson trying to get a stick in. But it's going to be won by Ohio State. Took them a long time until deep in the second quarter for Ohio State to get their first draw control of the game. And here in the second half, they get one right off the bat.
Ohio State going to hope that's an omen of good things to come in the draw circle in this half.
Shaylin Ahern 2 draws away from 300 in her career. She's one of the best Maryland's ever had. That is for sure.
She's great at just about anything Coach Kathy Reese will ask her to do, score goals, set up her teammates, or, of course, just win the draw controls, which is pretty much the deciding factor in many games.
But, guys, after passing it around, they're going to start to get aggressive here. Pass to the near side, Callie O'Brien. O'Brien cutting inside and taken out. No whistle, loose ball. And finally a whistle goes. That was really late. It's going to be a free position opportunity here for Callie O'Brien.
Whistle
thought the ref
came
was going to
late.
keep playing there. It was as late as you can get, but O'Brien, she's not going to complain in the end. A great opportunity. Try to make it a 2-goal game. O'Brien, inside contact, and she scores! Some start to the second here for the Buckeyes. They win the draw, and then they convert. Maryland went 19-2 last year. Up in the air it goes, and into the stick of Edmondson. Far side of the field. So Corey Edmondson picking up the draw control there. Into the stick of Lamoureux on the near side of the field. Long pass by Lamoureux. What a pass it is. An absolute laser up to Chrissy Thomas. That had to travel, 50 yards and across the field to boot.
That's why switching the field so effective. No one really over there to that point gets so far away.
Here's Clevenger. Out to Smith. Far side of the field. It's Wiseman to Thomas. Here's Clevenger again. Smith cutting. Clevenger trying to maybe take it herself. Instead, backs off and passes out. May to Smith. Lipkin. Terps just passing it around the horn. 25 on the shot clock. Here's Libby May to Lipkin. Near side Edmondson. Can she make a move? Edmondson cutting inside, passing it over the net. Here's May. Stepping inside, a whistle goes, and Libby May is going to have a chance centered to the goal in a free position.
That's set up by that pass by Chrissy Thomas, getting all the way across the diagonal. And when you do it right there, the Ohio State defense has to recover quickly, and they get in that shooting space violation.
May, inside, hat trick. The Terps' leading scorer gives Maryland a 3-goal lead. Ahern sitting at 298 in her career. Could number 299 come right here? He's going to have to take it against Lasda. Into the stick of Edmondson. So Corey Edmondson picks up yet another draw control. She's got the last two. And Ahern still stands at 298. 12-11 to go here in this third quarter. Terps love another one. Players cutting all over the place, looking for Clevenger to find him. Here's Seitz. Had a big goal earlier in this game as the crowd starts to get into it. Cutting inside. Thomas lost the ball. I don't think she realized it. She followed through with the stick on the shot. But she forgot the ball. It was loose, and Alexander picks it up. She'll take that. Good defense by the Buckeyes again. Ohio State team that has been pretty good defensively. They've had some really standout performances on this season. And again, facing a juggernaut like this Maryland team with so many players that can beat you. They have performed admirably so far in this. Buckeyes taking their time. No need to try to rush. Every possession is big, and they take their time. That's less time Maryland to have it, trying to shorten the game, are the Buckeyes, it seems. It's a dart to the near post. Pass inside, somehow corralled by Ferreira. Buckeyes going to keep passing it. They get a fresh shot clock here. And it seems like every time Maryland scores now, Ben, it's really important for the Buckeyes to find a quick response, not be down by too much. Lasda to O'Brien. Bryant skipping it across. So 35 on the shot clock for the Buckeyes to work with. Lasda near side, cutting in, driving. No room. Cut off there by Rude. Look at the control there by Lasta to win that ground ball. Time running out, though. Shot clock approaching 10 seconds. Pass across. Sterling out of the goal. Gets back in to make a save.
I want to know how that pass even got through.
But the shot clock resets again, and if Maryland could somehow hold the Buckeyes without a goal in this possession, that would be very heroic save down the line.
This is where you see what the Maryland defense is made of. Been on the field a while.
They've got to be tired. Cutting inside level. She'll pass it off. That pass high for Lasda. Coming in to try to win it, that's Libby May. Bosco fighting for it. Lasda still trying to get it into her stick, and she will. Lasda takes it back in. Just 15 seconds to go, though. Bosco's got to be tired. Here's Roberts. Pass inside. Now 4 on the shot clock. It's got to come now, and it does. Put into the back of the net by Weinman. And here we go again. Into the stick of, looks like that's Shannon Smith coming up. Pressure on her. A whistle. Going to go against the Buckeyes. Here is May to Clevenger. Gets back to Clevenger. On the near side, just waiting for something to get open. She'll have to get it back to Thomas. Thomas to the near side. Smith inside May. Jumping and saved. Alexander. Again, getting a piece of it. Here's Smith stepping in, a whistle. And she's going to get a free position opportunity here from the near side.
Another big moment here for Alexander. Should she make another save on a Maryland free position shot, it could go a long way.
Passing instead is Smith. Gets to the near side. Lipkin, what a move. Couldn't turn it into a shot. Flag up. Smith turning, knocked loose, and the whistle goes there. And it's going to be yet another free position opportunity for Shannon Smith again.
They moved it really well on that last one, and Lipkin put her defender on skates with that spin move, but just a little bit too hesitant to take the shot.
A shot deflected out of play. Terps have 13 on the shot clock to work with. They're going to reset it. Maybe Alexander got a piece of it. That's what they'll say happened. Here's Lipkin. To Smith again. Clevenger. Pass high. Thomas back to Clevenger. Clevenger to May. Here is Smith. Inside. Denied by Alexander again. And out of play it goes. Terps going to keep the ball here. Trying to find a way past Alexander. Clevenger, great pass, but Thomas had to turn away. Here's Smith to Clevenger. 2 on Clevenger. She gives it off to Smith. Steps in, passes out. Ahern far side. She's just got to dump that. That's an incredible defensive possession by Ohio State.
It was on the opposite end where Ohio State had the super long possession and Maryland's defense gave out at the end. Ohio State on the other side, they replicate what Maryland couldn't do, and they force a shot clock violation. What a swing.
Now the Buckeyes have the ball. They can cash in here. That bench who's been celebrating every goal is going to lose their minds. And again, the Buckeyes doing what they have done pretty much every possession here, Ben, and they're in no hurry. They're trying to shorten this game, if you will. They don't want to try to get into a track meet with this tough Maryland offense. Trying to limit the possessions by taking their time on offense, waiting for a good shot. And here is that good shot inside, somehow kept out. Whistle's going to go, free position for the Buckeyes. Believe it's going to be Barhorst. Take another look.
Barhorst came and had a good look, and just that push into the crease by Donovan, and they're going to call that every single time. Now a pristine look for the Buckeyes.
Maddie Barhorst from Fort Mill, South Carolina, has it in her stick. Barhorst shooting just wide. Missed on the near side. It's going to stay with the Buckeyes. She went low, that near post, and it looked like it just drifted away.
It's a nice idea for sure. They haven't been successful going up high, so she went low.
O'Brien. Kimball McCavish with it in her stick. Skipping it over. Shot clock down to 15. It's got to come now, O'Brien. Pass to Ferreira. Ferreira coming to the front. No one open. Ferreira's just got to dump that off. 1 second, and the Maryland defense responds with a shot clock violation of their own.
And Ferreira just threw that ball away.
Now, that might be a card, and it will be. I don't think that, I believe that was Barhorst. I don't think that she knew that the clock went off, and Lassa was saying just dump it, dump it. She did well after the horn sounded, and she's going to go into the sin bin.
And Bacher just gave her an explanation as she got over there and as to what happened. She didn't
I
seem
don't
too
think
frustrated
she had any
about
idea.
it, but still kind of a bad mistake nonetheless, given the situation.
She just did not know how much time was on the shot clock, and that could cost Ohio State dearly if the Terps can cash in.
Awareness, really important thing to have when you're on the field at all times.
So here's Clevenger. Out to Edmondson. Edmondson with 2 on the day. May's got a hat trick. May was cutting there. Couldn't get it to her. Clevenger high pass. Here is Smith stepping from distance. And again, Alexander gets a piece of it. I think they're going to reset the shot clock, though. Appeared to be on net. Or are they going to just leave it at 56? Doesn't really make much difference. Oh, no, they're going to award a free position shot. Pass across. Here's Clevenger. Great save, Alexander. Now Ohio State can really kill that penalty. Take another look. The extension from Alexander and net to deny Eloise Clevenger.
She followed up that great save with a great pass down the field to ice the ball, essentially.
That penalty is going to be killed off. A whistle here. Not sure what the refs saw there.
Todd, how about the defenses in this third quarter? Phenomenal from both teams.
It's been really impressive. So now, somehow, the Buckeyes still only down by 2 after Maryland had 2 phenomenal looks at the goal when they were warming up. But Alexander twice getting just enough to keep it out. Buckeyes looking for goal number 7. That would equal their total they amassed the last time they played here in College Park. But they lost by 11. They've got a real good chance here from a free position. It's going to be Hargraves. And she's centered. We saw May convert on a very similar chance on the other end of the field. And again, waiting on that ref whistle. Here comes Hargraves inside, off the post. The woodwork on the right end of the field has been so great to both of these teams. It helps out Maryland there.
The medal giveth, the medal taketh away.
Look at Bosco taking it into offensive territory for giving it off to Libby May.
It's a huge possession right here, Tyler.
Clevenger out to Seitz. Skipping it over. Here's Smith. Back to Thomas. Clevenger. Edmondson. She'd love a hat trick, spinning into contact there. No room for her to do much. Cutting inside with Seitz. Maryland couldn't get her the ball. Edmondson open on the near side, trying to crash the goal. Spinning, denied Alexander again. She finds another good outlet pass, and here comes the Buckeyes. It's been a defensive masterclass here in the third quarter. Attacking, taking it all the way right to the net before being fouled is Jamie Level.
That was a high IQ lacrosse play by Level. Usually when you're coming down the middle, you look for that point person, except right there she sees the opening through, and all Maryland can do, Bosco, with a little bit of a shove to prevent her from getting all the way to the goal. And now a really good free position look for Level.
Haven't had a goal since the 8:51 mark here in the third. Level inside off the post again. Buckeyes hit the medal on their last two attempts from the free position. That's all that separates these two teams right now. Unbelievable. We've got ourselves a fantastic game here in College Park. Inches. It's making this a 2-goal game instead of a tied one. Horn's going to go. I think Kathy Reese is going to call timeout after seeing Ohio State hit the post twice. The last minute or so, they all of a sudden feel like they need some insurance as Coach Kathy Reese calls timeout. What can they do out of it?
The pressure is on them.
Here's Ahern stepping, passing it out. Terps have only scored once in this quarter as we enter the final minute. Haven't scored now in over 11 minutes. That was Smith trying to get inside, but she couldn't. Here's Clevenger. Edmondson running in. Contact denied by Alexander again. This has just been the Reagan Alexander quarter, hasn't it, Ben? She has been unreal. Edmondson down the near side and right into that stick.
She scored like that earlier in the game, and Alexander has not let it happen again.
So we approach the final 15 seconds here. Buckeyes still have it in their own half. And Alexander might just hold this out. No need to try to take any risks. So how about this, Ben? That's number 299 right there. And we are underway here in the fourth. This game has been everything we really thought it could be and more. Ohio State is playing arguably their best game of the season so far. As an unforced error there by Edmondson, who's usually so good, is going to give the Buckeyes the first chance. That's what they've done all game, Ben. Now 16 draw controls for Maryland as opposed to just 2 to Ohio State. But it's a 2-goal game.
Ohio State's done a nice job on every single possession they can get, finding the open player and just getting good opportunities. I've been on the edge of my seat every time Ohio State has had the ball. That's how good they've been and efficient.
Here's Lasta stepping in for a second. Good defense by Bosco to chase her out. Here's Ferreira. Ferreira trying to get some room. Is it enough to shoot? No. Knocked away and picked up by Marge Donovan. The grad student from Princeton's going to take it across midfield. She's going to give it off to Chrissy Thomas. Great defense by Marge Donovan to set up this chance for Maryland. Haven't scored in almost 15 minutes. We just hit the 14 mark a second ago. Could it come here? Stepping in for a second, Muchnick passing it off. This is May winding up before calling off the shot. But a whistle goes. It's going to stay with Maryland. It's going to be an opportunity here from the middle of the field, Shaylin Ahern. A golden opportunity, but Alexander's been so good in goal today. Ahern cutting off the post. You can't make this up. The post on this side of the field has now denied, by my count, at least 5 shots.
It's almost like there's a magnetic force driving the ball towards that post.
That's the third straight free position on this side of the field that the post has interrupted.
Game of inches, Tyler.
It's still a 2-goal game. Somehow. Thomas to Smith. And another free position chance. Let's take another look. Ahern from the middle of the field. Post again. So now Shannon Smith is going to take one. From the near side, we'll see if she can beat the post. Instead, she passes. Stepping in is Edmondson. Back to Smith it goes. 25 on the shot clock. Here's Clevenger. Passing out. Inside, too fast for Ahern. Nobody has scored since the 8:51 mark in the third. Combination of great goalkeeping, great defense, and the post has gotten us to this point.
Defense is known to be the key to success, especially in the postseason. We've seen that from both teams here in the second half. They've completely locked down that cage.
Here's O'Brien. She's got it about that 10-yard line on the near side. Buckeyes going to continue the trend of just passing it around. And the Terps, they're in a position, Ben, where their resume is not locked in to host in the early part of the NCAA tournament. They need to do well in this tournament here, the Big Ten tournament, to try to lock that up and get home games for Kathy Reese where she just doesn't lose. Here is Lasda. She'll pass that away. That's been such a big reason why Maryland has been so successful under Reese, is how they are at home, is cutting in and missing that shot there is Hargraves. It's going to stay with the Buckeyes, though.
The conditioning and the stamina of these defenses is going to be really important here in this fourth quarter. Which team will run out of gas first, essentially? If Maryland takes their foot off the gas defensively, Ohio State could really take advantage of that. And here's an opportunity for them right here. Another long possession for the Buckeyes.
11:04 left to go in this game. The fight for this goal has been absolutely insane. Who is going to finally get that breakthrough? Whistle goes. Free position, Ohio State. Callie O'Brien from the near side. Could this finally be that breakthrough both of these teams have been fighting for? It's from a tough angle. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a pass. Major's got to be careful to keep Hargraves in check. Lasda right there as well as an option to maybe get the ball here. But it's O'Brien inside. A pass to the middle is dropped and picked up Major. Picked up by Bosco the other way. She looks to be found, and she will be. Bosco just going to flick it off to Lamoureux. Look at the speed of Lamoureux taking it across midfield. The Maryland defender getting it up to Chrissy Thomas. Maryland has been looking to get that goal to increase the lead to 3 for a long time now. Now over 17 minutes without a goal. May lost it, had to flick it all the way to about the 35. Thomas still trying to pick it up. She finally will. Here's Ahern. Back for Clevenger. Clevenger giving it up. Edmondson taking it in. A whistle goes. Free position for Corey Edmondson.
With the amount of free position shots we've seen in this game, Tyler, you'd expect the game to have a lot more goals than we've seen, but the post and the goalkeeping has been incredible today.
The freshman Corey Edmondson sitting on 2 goals. Missing again! Far post this time. Out of play, Maryland ball. She took it right down the pipe and missed the goal by a few inches. Terps still with the ball, though. 10 on the shot clock. It's got to come here. Here's Edmondson. Working inside, cutting to the net. She lost it, but a flag goes up, and Edmondson's taken out. Yellow card. Maryland's going to be warming up. Headed to the bench. Appears to be Casey Roberts. Let's take another look.
Edmondson just trying to fight her way through the traffic of this Ohio State defense. And she's done a nice job of that all afternoon long right there. Roberts getting a little carried away with the stick. But here we are again. A similar position we've seen so many times in this second half. Can Edmondson finally put one away?
The number 1 recruit in the nation. Edmondson passing off instead. Terps might want to try to take advantage to drain a little bit of clock here with the power play.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. They got the 2-goal advantage. They don't have to be in that much of a hurry, but they do need that insurance.
They've got 2 minutes warming up. So no need to rush it. Just wait for a good shot. Clevenger. Back to Edmondson. Here's Ahern. Smith on the near side. Thomas. Clevenger. Dodging. Passing. Thomas inside and into the net. Kate Seitz, second of the game. And finally, Maryland has their 9th goal.
Trying to come back. They would have liked to have had this game put away by now.
And there it is, draw control number 300 in the career of Shaylin Ahern. Congratulations to her. That's a great accomplishment. She's been so good from the draw in her career for Maryland. That's a great stat for her to forever have. So Clevenger over to the near side, Thomas. Here is Seitz. To May. Here's Clevenger. Near side, Thomas. Angle cut off. Terps still trying to pass. Seitz open for a second. Clevenger couldn't get it to her. Here is Thomas. Inside. It's Seitz. Denied Alexander again. That ball headed for the end line. Scooped up. That's a heck of a ground ball there by Clevenger. Contorting her stick to get it off the turf. High pass to Seitz on the near side. Wouldn't it be something, Ben, if she had 2 goals all year, then a hat trick here today? May, Clevenger, near side, Thomas. Back out to Clevenger. Giving it up, Edmondson. Rushing in. She's got another chance on a free shot.
The Ohio State defense has done such a good job of rotating in their positions throughout this game. But when they rotate a lot, what Maryland has to do is keep the ball spinning, keep it moving. That's what they did, and Edmondson got to that violation spot for him.
Edmondson inside. That one kept out, but I think it's going to be another chance on a free for her.
I think she caught a little bit of a shove in the back, definitely right there. She lost control of the ball, but she'll get another chance.
Yeah, if you're trying to defend it, it's pretty much get to the shooter as quick as possible to make that shot as hard as possible. That time a little bit too much contact from the Buckeyes gives Edmondson a second chance. And it's saved again. That's Alexander again. Unbelievable game in goal to keep this close. Sterling at the other end. Got to give her credit every time you mention Alexander. Goalie play has been as good as it's been all year.
Both the goalies, double-digit saves on the day.
Pass inside. Here's May. Jumping and scoring! 4-goal lead for Maryland on her fourth of the day.
Everything kind of culminates through the entire season. It's just building on little things. Things that they struggled with, they improve on it. That's something that teams under head coach Kathy Reese have done for years, and we expect to see that this year for them as well.
6:29 left to go in this game, and Bosco flicks it up into her stick. They're going to call something, give it right back. Ohio State's got the ball. They're down by 4. It's go time now.
Huge possession for the Buckeyes, but that's not a good way to start it.
Rude taking it away. Here comes Maryland back the other way. May streaking. Clevenger opting not to send it over to Maryland's leading goal scorer until now.
That turnover hurts a lot because Maryland can continue to wilter the clock away now.
Yeah, they've got 70 seconds to work with. Got to think they're not going to be in a rush to try to shoot it.
Not at all.
This is Seitz to Smith near side. Shannon Smith into the middle. Seitz. This is Eloise Clevenger. Ohio State knows more than anyone how dangerous she can be. They've limited her today. How about Seitz cutting in? Missing wide. Now 5 to go. Maryland trying to make it so that both teams go to Columbus. As that ball rolls basically across the mouth of the goal and out. Alexander lucky there. That could be 11-6. 11 saves for her. On the other end, Sterling not far behind with 10.
It was a good save for Alexander, but already over 20 seconds gone into this possession before they can even get across midfield. Ohio State's got to get going.
They need 4 goals in just over 4 minutes. And that's going to be really tough, especially with what has happened at the draw control circle.
Maryland's defense is known to play really well in the second half of games this year. Same thing we've seen from today.
Whistle and Lamoureux will stay with the Buckeyes. Clock still rolling. Hargraves to the middle. Here's Jamie Level. Lasta stepping in. Good pass to the near post, but it gets away from Ferreira. Runs back over to track it down. Ferreira turning. It's excellent defense there by Rude. Timeout called by the Buckeyes. Quick start here. Ohio State wasting no time here in the fourth quarter. Down by 4. Pass inside, too high. It's going to get all the way down to about that 35-yard line. The football lines used earlier today, actually, for the spring game. Hargraves takes it inside. Knocked loose and picked up by Major. That is a major ground ball for Maryland, as they're going to try to just run this clock down big time here. Bosco, cross midfield. Into the stick of Libby May. 4 goals for her, a 4-goal lead for Maryland with 3 minutes to go. This is Seitz on the near side. Got to think a goal here would be curtains.
They aren't going to be in any hurry to get it either.
Just wait for the right shot. Clevenger. Content to have this team just pass this around. Here's Chrissy Thomas. Crazy offseason for her, earning a lot of minutes. She had to use them. This is Eloise Clevenger. To the near side of the net. Pass inside and in. Shannon Smith may have just sealed this game for Maryland. Here on Maryland Day in College Park. Ahern had it in her stick for a second. Runs back and will be there to scoop it up. So now both of these teams are going to fly out to Columbus. Only difference is that Maryland's going to be playing more lacrosse. They've got Rutgers, who they beat last year in the Big Ten title game. And that's certainly going to be an interesting matchup. Rutgers, a really good team. Year in and year out. That's a great program up in Piscataway.
A program on the rise for sure.
Here is Seitz. Heck of a game for her today, as the Terps offense is going to pass this around. Here is Thomas to Ahern. No rush for Maryland. Up by 5 with about 70 seconds left in this game.
Of course, the result today is disappointing for Amy Bacher and her squad. They don't get a win against a Big Ten team this year, but I'm sure they have to be happy with the effort they had today. They gave Maryland everything they had and then some.
Nothing to hang your head about if you're playing for Ohio State today. That's for sure. Level, going to take this, shoot and score. Level just took that the length of the field and buried it. It's a great play for her to end her season on a high note. And she's been really good today. She just ran about 80 yards before putting that one in the back of the net.
She saw the Tewaaraton watch list player in Abby Bosco trailing her on the hip, and she didn't let her get too close. She just decided to rip it from about 10 yards out and beat Sterling. Maybe Sterling wasn't expecting it a little bit, but a really nice shot from Level.
One last celebration from the Ohio State bench, who now stand as they watch the final 40 seconds or so of their season run off the clock. Again, they lost some really close games to some really good teams. Ohio State is certainly a school who cares about their sports as much as any other. You got to think it's not going to be too long before Ohio State is up there with the best teams in the country in women's lacrosse.
Ohio State, just like Maryland, just really great all around at a number of different sports. Of course, Maryland has been the most dominant women's lacrosse team in the entire sport in their 50th season. In all of those years, they've been incredible. 15 national championships to show for it. Maryland's a phenomenal program. Ohio State, a good program as well. Maryland, just a little bit better today.
As the final seconds are going to run off the clock. Wasn't always easy, but Maryland's going to get the job done. They're going to head to Columbus, and they're going to play in the Big Ten Semifinals. A rematch of last year's title game against Rutgers is up next.